Hello? I don't know if you're listening, but I'm gonna pretend that you are. So my name is Shu, and I'm originally from Japan. And today I live in a small town in France, a quiet town, far away from big cities and the noise of the world. So why did I end up here? Well, that's a long story. And in many ways, it's the story of my life, trying to find where I belong. I'm a composer. Or maybe it's more honest to say that I'm becoming one. Being a professional composer has always been my dream, but for a long time, I ignored that dream because, life kept pushing me in different directions. And now in this little town, I'm making a fresh start. A slower life, a more honest life, a life where I create music and hopefully connect with people who feel the same way I do. So, who am I? So, I grew up in many different parts of the world. I was born in Tokyo, but shortly after I was born, my family moved to Belgium because of my father's job. I spent almost 10 years of my life in Belgium and the UK as an expat kid. Always temporary, never rooted, Then we moved back to Japan for the first time to live there. I thought I was finally going home. I thought, this is my country, my culture, my people, But the reality was brutal, a shock, really. I didn't fit in at all. In Europe, I was the Japanese kid, but in Japan, I was too Western, too European. I looked Japanese, but I didn't act the same, speak the same, or think the same. So, kids noticed. And kids can be really cruel. I was bullied, isolated, and I felt betrayed by the idea of home. So when I finally left Japan and moved to the United States, I felt relief. Again, because of my father's job, we had to move to LA. And I didn't speak a word of English, and going to a local school was extremely difficult. But somehow I still felt better than I did in Japan. And I guess that's because in the US, even if I was different, people gave me space. Some people even believed in me, and they gave me opportunities. So for the first time I felt a little bit of hope. And then we moved again to Canada. I spent 4 years in high school there, and my English improved. And by the end, I could finally communicate with, friends, teachers. But still, I was the Japanese kid, quiet, calm, a little mysterious maybe. I mean, deep inside, I never considered myself really Japanese, but from the outside, from other people, I looked Japanese and I behaved like one, I guess. So, even then I never truly felt at home. And I returned to Japan for university. Not because I really wanted to, but because I had no other choice. And honestly, that was really tough. That was one of the loneliest periods of my life. I literally made no friends during those years. And after university, I tried many different things. And, doing music engineer, working in a company, blah blah. But slowly I started to feel a little more comfortable in Japan. I began to socialize. Interestingly, I became close to many French expats. I guess the food culture, the humor, the politics, the passion for life, it all clicked. I enjoyed their company more than anyone else. And then I met my wife in Tokyo, and she's French. We got married pretty quickly, We spent a few years in Japan, in Tokyo, and eventually we moved to Amsterdam, a beautiful international city where we could both use English. Very green, very relaxed, family friendly. So it felt like the perfect place to start a family. So yeah, at first it was great. We were blessed with children. People were super nice. The city was cozy, inspiring, beautiful. So yeah, for a while I thought maybe this is it. Maybe we finally found a place. Maybe I finally found home. But then life changed again.